So,
I'm thinking about like the background.
oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
probably just.
Say less.
I'm moving around with it anyway.
Say less. Oh, you already got it started. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
What's your name?
J Activist, we here with it. You feel me? It's 2024.
You listen to music?
You said if I listen to music? Nah, just playing. Yeah, I listen to a lot of music, like to the point where sometimes I even need to like detox and take breaks from it.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Mostly hip hop and R&B. Those are like the main two genres. I did grow up on like reggae and like pop music though, but now it's just mostly hip hop and R&B.
Favorite artist?
Favorite artists? I gotta go with the big three. Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. Like I'm inspired by all three of them in different ways. So it's like I try to take what each of them are best at and kind of just blend it into my own thing in a sense.
So big three. How do you rank it, in your opinion?
I feel like it's all equal. Like they.
One a little bit more. Come on, it could be like a little more than others. Just like a little better.
'Cause
what's your
like-
favorite? It's not really who's the best.
Well, my personal favorite at this current moment, Drake is getting the most spins in my whip. But like Cole is probably like my overall favorite just because like I would say I relate to Cole the most. And then it's like Kendrick, it's like spurts. So like if Kendrick drop an album or he's just active, because sometimes he'll disappear for some years. So like
Face off the planet.
literally. So like if Kendrick is like active for real, I might be bumping Kendrick every day for a couple months straight type of thing. So it's like I take influence from all three. So it's like I can't really say this one's better or this one's better. It's more of a preference thing of what you like more.
So on that, what are your biggest influences when it comes to music?
I would definitely say them three because like Drake, I'll say he's a big influence because like Drake, he's the most versatile out of the big three when it comes to different genres. So like Drake can make a hip hop hit where he can go and make a pop hit or he can go and make an R&B hit type of thing. And I feel like that's big. Like not too many artists can do that. So like from that standpoint, I take a lot of inspiration and influence.
Them bugs.
Man, I'm finna go to war. Like,
Oh God! And you losing. We still losing.
Fight back.
Oh God, fight, bro. We can't fight back.
Oh my goodness. And I would say like Kendrick, he's the most versatile within hip hop, within the world of hip hop. Like he knows how to deliver stuff in hip hop. He knows how to switch up his flow. He knows how to make a hip hop hit. He knows how to make something you can feel like from that standpoint. And then Cole just knows how to like almost be that homie that you know that just raps so good, but he's also telling the story of how y'all was just doing this a couple years ago. Like he knows how to paint that picture and made it relatable. So it's like, yeah, that's what I really feel like with that.
Okay. So when it comes to music, you write your own songs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say is your special place for writing music?
Honestly, I would say the studio. Like I like to do it all in the moment because like, especially when you freestyle or you kind of like say the first thing that comes to mind, it's kind of like a lot of times it's the most honest or it's the most you feel it the most in a sense. Like I can go somewhere and write, but by the time I go to record it, it might not deliver the same.
Or you might already forget how you wanted to say it.
Yeah, you might forget how you wanted to say it in a sense. So I feel like in the studio is typically the best time to really like go about that.
Okay. How long would you say you spend in the studio, on average?
Like in a day or like in a week or
That's in general.
in general? I used to not spend that much time in the studio. My first time going to a real studio was actually like 2022, and I've been making music since 2017. But I would say like now on a weekly basis, I'm probably in the studio like 3-4 times a week. Like just going, I might cook up with my producers. We might start getting some concepts and stuff started. So like now it's pretty often I'm in grind mode. I'm locked in.
What's the longest time you spend in the studio?
Longest?
Yeah. Like, what's your record?
That's a good question. I gotta say maybe like 10 hours.
Damn.
Like, I don't really feel like that's that long because I feel like there's folks that have spent like 16 hours in the studio. But I'm thinking like times where I might pull up at maybe 8 and I'm not leaving till like 5 in the morning type of thing. So like, Yeah, I'll say about 9-10 hours.
Mm. So, what keeps you locked in when it comes to making music?
Um, it's kind of like it's a confidence thing. Like, there's no doubt in my head that I'm gonna get where I gotta go. Like, I might have days like where I have small little doubts, but like there's no overarching doubt that I'm not gonna make it in a sense, because it's like I know my talent, I know people gravitate to me, I know what I can bring to the table, I know my potential type of thing, and then I know my drive. Like, my drive is what got me so far. And then like the biggest thing for me is progression. Like, if I wasn't progressing the way I am, I probably would have stopped by now. But it's like I've made such big progress in such little time, and I'm only 21. It's kind of like the sky's the limit at that point.
Mm. Okay. Okay. What makes you lose confidence? Like, where you're like, I don't know if I don't want to keep like recording right now.
Dang, that's a good question. Probably like when nothing's coming to me in a sense. So like sometimes you get writer's block, and it's like, dang, like I don't feel like I can write a simple verse. How am I gonna write a hit? Or like, how am I gonna write for somebody else? Or how am I gonna finish this song? So like, I would say that's something that makes me lose confidence, or like feeling unprepared. So like in a performance standpoint, like say you told me to go perform a song I've never rehearsed. I'm gonna be nervous, and I'm probably not gonna be at the top of my confidence in a sense, because it's like I'm not prepared. So either not being prepared or writer's block is the two biggest things with that.
Mm. Okay. Okay. How would you describe your fans?
My fans, so like,
What do you make music for?
I feel like I definitely make music for everybody, like especially the people that kind of grew up how I grew up. Like, they may not have had the biggest house or like the most, things, but they might not also have had the least. Like, they probably still had some structure. They probably still had some good things or whatever. So, yeah, so like that in between, which is most people. So I feel like from that standpoint, I relate to a lot of people. So from that standpoint, the people in the middle. And then from like a demographic standpoint, I'll definitely say like young adults. Because like we all going through the same thing, like being broke, a lot of us in college, a lot of us we figuring out life. Yeah.
Love, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's like, yeah, love, relationships, friendships, we trying to navigate at the same time. So it's like, from that standpoint, I feel like this age group really, really is going to like resonate with it the most. So
what got you started making music in the first place?
You said when?
Like, what got you started in the first place?
Multiple things. One of them was my competitive spirit, because like around middle school is when folks really started to make music for real. So it's like, I'm like, oh, I can do better than him. Like, I'm watching him many times. So like, that was one thing. And then I also grew up in like a strict Christian household, so I couldn't really express myself how I wanted to, in a sense, unless like I went to my other household with like my other parents and stuff like that. So like, music was the way, like songwriting was the way I can kind of really get things off my chest in a raw way. So
So a couple moments ago, you were talking about writer's block. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh yeah, so like I get writer's block pretty often, like maybe every few months. But to like really get out of writer's block, sometimes you just got to go out and live. Like, sometimes you might got to do things for the plot. Like, I might know she not good for me, or I might know this not gonna last, but like, sometimes you just gotta do it for the plot. It makes a great story at the end of the day. So it's like, that's how you get out of it. Sometimes you just gotta live, and you let your experiences tell your story in your music.
And guide you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
So would you say most of your songs are positive or negative?
I would say positive for sure. Like, people tell me all the time that like my music is very like motivating or inspiring. And like now as I get older and I'm really just experiencing more real life shit, it's kind of like, it's still more on the positive side, but it's like positive with some spice. That's the way to put it.
It's a hint of something.
Yeah, okay. Like just a hint, like some spice, some more seasoning in it, like, for sure.
Would you say you're a positive person?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm saying affirmations every day. I always have a positive outlook on life. If I get in a slump, I'm getting out of it quickly, like type of thing. Like I always think of it like almost like a train station. We have our tough days, but we don't stay in that place. Like we might listen to music to feel better, or we might just be down for that week. Like we might stay in the house for a couple of days, but that's nowhere to stay. Like
It's not a permanent.
yeah, it's not a permanent place. Like at the end of the day, you got to get back up and you got to do what you do. You got to live in your purpose type of thing. So I'll say I'm pretty good at that. I'm good at bouncing back. Like I learned during COVID when I was in the house stuck. That's when I was like meditating and stuff for like 45 minutes at a time, like really just tapping in and just learning good habits like journaling and stuff like that to get me out of those places.
How long have you been journaling for?
I would say probably like about 2 years now. Cause like I was in a relationship and she introduced me to journaling. I was like, And like journaling isn't something like I'm doing every day or every week or every month.
It's not like a consistent thing. It's whenever you.
Yeah, it's like whenever I need it. Like whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed and it's like talking to people just not working, I just go and just put it in a journal somewhere. So, for sure. These bugs going to war. Okay.
These books you like to write when people are around?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the best time for me to write because it's like I feed off of people's energy. Like if I got good energy in the room or I know like there's another great writer in the room, that's putting me in that zone. Like, oh, I either got to have the best verse or I get to really like showcase my talent in a sense to the people in the room.
Have you always been comfortable with talking to people and just like communicating in general?
So like I used to be way more introverted. Like I used to only really be extroverted like around my friends and stuff like that. But as I got older and I figured out I really, really wanted to take music seriously, I'm like, I can't be shy no more. Like I can't be introverted. Like social butterflies literally thrive in entertainment. So it's like I already have it in me. It wasn't like something I really had to pull from scratch.
Pull it out or something. You already had it in the
yeah. Okay. So I just had to bring that more to the forefront and then get rid of the little like anxiousness or little things that was kind of like holding me back. Like the best way to put it, I had selective shyness type shit. So just getting rid of that, like being less shy. Sometimes I still might not be in the mood to talk to people or really be super social, but for the most part, 95% of the time I'm in that mood.
Catch me in a good mood.
Facts.
Okay. You make music about love, right?
Yeah, a lot.
What's your perspective on love?
I feel like love can be a beautiful thing, like, but it can also make you blind at the same time, in a sense. Like, I feel like for me specifically, like my relationship with love is something that can really push me to be the best version of myself, because it's like once you have that feeling and it's like you got to meet a certain expectation and I have to meet a certain expectation, it's like it really pushes me to be the best version of myself. It pushes me to keep my room spotless. It pushes me to stay on a consistent schedule. It pushes me to continue to do what I do because like I know like I have an expectation I got to meet. So it's like I feel like it can be such a great thing, but it can also be very blinding because, like, you might not be able to see the toxic ways in somebody or, like...
Until you're out of it.
Yeah, until you're out of it. Like, it really puts you in a blind state, which is a downside of it, so...
How do you handle heartbreak?
Ooh.
You right? Or how do you cope with heartbreak?
Diss tracks, for sure. Like, if somebody break my heart, you most definitely getting put on a record within 36 hours, like, for sure.
You don't pull it out. You just keep.
Yeah, like, you might get a little snippet on, like, on TikTok or something like that, or, like, maybe a story post, but I'm not dropping.
But not really.
Yeah, like.
Full blown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I would say that's the first way because that's just my way to just get it out with the anger.
Right now.
Yeah, type of thing. And then I would say overall, it's just like it's a daily thing. Like you just got to work your way out of it, like baby steps to really fully get out of that heartbreak.
So, so when you listen to new music, like a hip hop song, what do you focus more on? The beat, lyrics, or the voice of the artist?
That's a good question.
Like, how would you rank it? Like, you listen to the beat first, and if the beat's terrible, you're not even, like, how you feeling about it?
Honestly, for me, it depends on the artist. Because it's like, some artists are, you listen to them before their pen. So it's like, the beat and stuff might not matter as much in that context. But like, for certain artists, you're not listening for their pen. Like, let's say somebody like a Playboi Carti. I'm not listening to Playboi Carti to hear bars. I'm listening to just vibe along to it. Now, let's say somebody like Cole. J. Cole is like, while his production may be weak a lot of times, was like, I wish he had better production at times. I'm listening to him for his pen. I'm listening to see what he's gonna say next, or like how he's gonna like make me think, or like really,
Take me somewhere.
Yeah, type of thing. So it's like, I feel like it really just depends on the artist to see what you look for.
But for somebody new,
somebody new, and what's the most important thing?
like beat, lyrics, voice.
Damn. I would say if I'm listening to a new artist, the most important thing is it's gonna be between the production and the delivery. Cause it's like
Not the lyrics, the delivery.
Yeah, cause it's like, for example, like Kendrick. While Kendrick may have some deep, complex lyrics, he might have some great lyrics. The biggest thing is his delivery. Like he's got everybody saying like, "What is it? The braids?" Like he's really got everybody
Resonating with, not really resonating, but like
it's catchy. Yeah, like it stays in your head type of thing. So it's like, I feel like that's the thing that's really gonna draw people to the music the most, even over the production, like that delivery.
Okay. How do you find new artists to listen to?
A lot of times, like somebody might put me onto an artist, or like I might see it on somebody's story. Or like I might be scrolling on like TikTok or Instagram and I might just see it, the type of thing. But I listen to a lot of local artists, like a lot of like my friends that like make really good music. I'm bumping them every day along with the mainstream artists. So it's a multitude of ways. There's really no one way that I find artists.
So you say you listen to other artists. Would you say that you listen to music a lot?
Yeah. So like, I'm listening to music, I wouldn't say all day, every day, but for a good amount of my day, like in the shower.
You know what I'm saying? Do you listen to your own music?
Oh, to my own? Oh, I listen to myself more than anybody. Like, when I say
I'm tired of your voice?
Nah, not even close, because it's like, I intentionally even make, because I listen to mostly hip-hop and R&B, I intentionally make a lot of hip-hop songs, a lot of R&B songs, and even like some Afrobeat reggae inspired type of songs. Just
you won't get tired.
Yeah, so I have something else to listen to. Like if I only made hip hop, yeah, I would get tired of listening to myself. Or if I only did this genre, yeah, I would get tired. But it's like I do multiple genres, even if it's not for something to like everybody to hear. At least it's for me, because I'm my own biggest fan type of thing.
Who would you say is your biggest fan besides you?
Dang. If they see this,
Or this is off the dome. You didn't really get
off
the
the
chance
top,
to think about
I
it.
probably gotta go Kennedy, cause like Kennedy, she know my shit from top to bottom. Like I'll send her a song and she got it memorized before I do. Like, or like I
we didn't even really get to like feel it really.
Literally.
It was just off the dome, but now you already got it memorized. What if I change it now?
Literally,
Damn.
like, because sometimes I be doing it. Sometimes I might change the words.
And now she mad at you.
Yeah, she like, why you changing? And I'm like, it just went.
It's just little.
Yeah,
it's
like
just little. Okay.
One how I want it, but like even like I might have a show, and she there, and she's rapping bar for bar with me. Like I can't really say anybody does that on the level Kennedy does.
Shout out Kennedy.
Shout out Kennedy.
All right, let's try to wrap this up. So this is gonna be like a time capsule. So what advice would you give your younger self?
Ooh. My younger self or my older self?
We're gonna do both, but I want to see how you improved yourself over time. So what advice would you give your younger self?
So I would tell my younger self to, the more you continue to be you, you're gonna attract the right people. Like, authenticity is the biggest thing. So it's like, if you could, only you can be the best at being you. Nobody else can be you. So it's like, if you're you and you do you at a high level, you the best version of yourself, people are gonna gravitate to that. People are gonna love that because they can tell it's authentic. Like, they can tell it's straight from the heart. You're not trying to do this. You're not trying to do that. Like, it's an energetic thing. People gonna feel that. So it's like, I'll tell my younger self to just keep doing that. Like, don't worry about what might be popping now or like what you think people might like. Like, just do you. Take influence, but continue to do you. I would say that's the biggest thing.
So how about older self?
Older self. Dang. Okay. This is gonna be more of questions.
You taking a couple steps back. You're like, oh damn.
Older
the younger
self?
self was easy. Like older self, like let me rock a little.
I don't know if I would have more questions than statements from my older self. Like, I would ask my older self, like, how long is it gonna take? Like, before I get like that first plaque or like that first placement or like, yeah, it would be more questions. Like, yeah, it would for sure be more questions. So yeah, I'll probably ask like, how long would it take?
Do we need to tighten up?
Yeah, like, how did you get through certain situations? I would probably ask myself, dang, that's a good question. I would ask myself, like, how do I or how did I attract the right person in the future? Type of thing, like.
Significant other?
Yeah, like on some love shit. Like, how did I attract her? Like,
I don't need to know what she looked like or anything. I just need to know what I need to do more of.
yeah, like, am I supposed to energetically align myself and then, like, I'm magically gonna meet her? Or is it, like, maybe it's a time thing? Like, I would ask that, like, cause like I'm a lover boy for real, so it's like I'm always trying to figure that part out.
We don't got it solved yet, but
Yeah.
we kind of okay.
Facts. Another thing I would probably ask is like, really just like stuff with like my family and stuff like that. Like, do we get more bonded in the future, or like, yeah, that's probably what I'll ask about that. And then like on some personal shit, how do I balance out when to be super assertive or when to kind of step back a little bit, type of thing? Like, cause like certain situations I feel like I need to be more chill, but certain situations I gotta like really like just step up and just cook. So like I would ask myself, like, how do I find that balance, or like how do I know when, in a sense?
Any goals for future self?
Oh, that's a long list. I'm not gonna cap.
Let's try to sum it down to like maybe 3.
Okay,
Like
so
big 3 just off the dome.
I would say like spiritually is to really just be more disciplined just overall in life. Like, be able to start something and stick with it like consistently. Like, let's say it's something like going to the gym. Don't go to the gym 2 days straight.
And just never go back.
Yeah,
until
and
next
never go
year.
back. Like, so I would say, yeah, a goal is to be disciplined. I would say another goal is, of course, with my career, to just be successful in that. And then what's another goal? Another goal, this might not be a popular one, but to really like just build some really, really strong connections. Like, build some lifelong bonds with people. Like, especially like with a couple of the friends I have now, like, I want it to be a thing where 10 years from now, 20 years from now, like, I have these super strong bonds with people. Like, cause like I'm a connection type of person. I value connection over everything. So it's like, I would say, yeah, those are some goals for me.
All right, I think that's all we got.
That concludes. Jay, we here. For sure.
I appreciate it.
For sure.